Hello, ladies and gents. It's my utmost pleasure to give you the king of memes, Her Majesty's land battleship, which some call a very expensive coffin, the TOG-2. Now we all know that TOG always wins, even if her drivers usually doesn't. However, this specific one right here found itself in a rather sticky situation indeed. 1 versus 6 in the battle hot dog. Check this out. Alright, so here we are in our TOG-2, this time around in a standard battle on the Serene Coast map. Now have a look at this matchmaking for starters. What an absolutely crazy result for this magnificent beast. We are one of the very few tier 6s, and with an extraordinarily large health pool of 1400 hit points at tier 6, we really should be able to bring the fight to the enemy and take quite a few hits on our chin as a real man would. Well, that is if we can actually get to the enemy team, because this thing has an absolutely abysmal 14 km/h top speed, paired with one of the worst power to weight ratios at 7.5 horsepower per ton in the game. So yeah, the TOG-2 definitely doesn't get anywhere fast. Now something else I wanted to mention as well. I recorded this video using external camera view from start to finish, mostly because otherwise the TOG just wouldn't have fit in the picture completely. Am I right? But back to the game. Look at this, the match is already a minute old and we almost made it to this crossing. Hey, exciting gameplay TOG style. I have to say the rest of the team did already make contact with the enemy, but they didn't really fare well. I will have to say we are already down by 3 tanks and didn't really do much damage as I see. So, not a great start for the team. Slowly and majestically, just sliding across water, but the other side looks worse and worse by the second. And the only thing that these guys here encountered is one single Churchill 7. Not really the biggest threat. And there are more and more things popping up on the other side, so yep, probably the best decision is to turn around and then spend another minute actually getting back to the cap circle. Hey, that's the TOG life for you right there. Now you really have to make decisions in advance, so map awareness will be crucial in this thing, and that's because, well, you have to actually get in position to be able to do something about the developing situation. Like here, for example, it's pretty certain that all those remaining T-67 and the EZ-8 will be swept aside, and those tanks will be very shortly zooming in on our cap. And if we wouldn't have turned around, we would be out of position and in the open for them to just destroy us. Now we are asking for help, but as expected, nobody is responding for our call. And they are just surging down towards the enemy cap because, hey, that's what they do, I guess. We almost made it into position though, and I really like this positioning because this also gives us a little bit of artillery cover, and there is a Grille and the AMX 105 AM on the enemy team. Artillery is the bane of the TOG-2, so we really have to watch out for those guys. Managed to snap one in the T-24, however that's all that we have spotted up until now. The others seem to have gone the other side, maybe to engage the guys that have went down towards the enemy cap, and now slowly being dealt with one by one. The Skoda did disappear though, so that highly suggests that he is coming around and trying to get into our huge sides. And let me tell you, top tier or no top tier, crazy matchmaking or not, pretty much everything on the enemy team will be able to reliably penetrate us. So, positioning, trying to minimize the amount of opponents that can shoot us, and even better if we can take them out without taking a shot, and relying on our health pool is all that we have going for ourselves. So Skoda has been dealt with, and what's this? That's actually a Churchill 1, tier 5 heavy tank. It's not really a heavy tank compared to us, he can still penetrate us though, but with our rate of fire we should be able to take this guy apart. I don't really know what the Churchill's deal is here. Pushing halfway into cover so he can't shoot us, but we can shoot him. But it seems to be like a really original strategy. It didn't really work out for him, did it? It would have been nice to take a shot at the headset, but he has been dealt with. We are down by 2 tanks. It's not too bad. We managed to snap one into the Chaffee as well. However, that T-3485 is really out of position. And I'm pretty sure he will be punished soon. Yep, there he is. And now suddenly it's just the Hetzer and the Grilla. And oh boy, those guys are gunners as well. And that pretty much leaves us in a 1 versus 6 situation. Chaffee is coming up. Well, thanks for the free kill, I guess. And then T-67 makes its appearance. Now that guy, being a tier 5, would be a really dangerous opponent. But if he's being too cheeky and we manage to track him while on the ridge, then he's easy food. So, great result, we already managed to take care of 2 of the 6 opponents, but that still leaves us with an Achilles already on 2 kills, a very dangerous OI experimental and 2 artillery who seem to be extremely determined to get our hide. Now, a penetrating hit on the huge upper hull on the dog would be devastating. But let's not worry about that just now. We really are keen to get a shot into that Achilles, and whoa, look at that. Luckily the Grilla only splashes us, which is a great result. And yeah, there is the amazing mobility of the Tog 2, we just simply can't catch that tank destroyer. He's pretty much running around. It's very obvious what he's doing though, trying to get behind us. Well, shoot our ass. We have enough hit points to deal with you, buddy. He certainly is a very determined little bugger, but we have already the gun ready for a welcoming shot. And he's going all in. Come on, one more hit, but he's taking huge chunks of it as well. And the Grilla finally does some damage too. Although it's still only 119 splash damage, so we have been extremely lucky so far, avoiding the artillery for the most part. Seems the Achilles had enough though, so he's running away. And the dog is definitely not a machine, we should go on a merry chase around the map, with 2 artillery really determined to get our hide. 2 more shells avoided, only 7 damage taken. How do we deal with this one? Oh, I experimental. That wasn't really the surprise butt sex you were looking for, my good man, now was it? Alright, so far so good. Next up, let's get into artillery cover, because those artilleries know that we are moving into this direction. So getting into cover here is probably the best choice for us. Now the big question is, what did the Achilles do? Is he going around and trying to come back? Or did he maybe go back to protect their cap, to protect the artillery? It's most probably still lurking around here somewhere. But the fact that he did not engage might also mean that the artillery is either repositioning itself right now, trying to get better shots at us, which is not good news, or they are coming in, trying to shotgun us in close quarters combat, which is also bad news for the dog. Let's see if we can spot the guy, though it would be a huge deal to finally get a glimpse of the Achilles, and there he is. Unfortunately, he's behind the house and we don't have a shot. No, he's behind the other house. Come on. Will he poke? He's a cheeky one. I think sooner or later his curiosity will make him poke that corner though, so let's wait. Oh, there he is. Just too slow. Oh, we have a tiny shot, but he only managed to bounce, and then the second shot bounces as well. Man, that's annoying. But hey, at least we are in artillery cover, so we don't have to worry about those guys. Well, so far so good. At least we know that the Achilles didn't give up. And we still have 466 hit points, so we should be able to take a couple of hits from him. Now this little pocket here in the rocks might not be a bad position to put ourselves into. It should give us artillery cover. And we should have really good shots on anybody who is trying to approach the cap from any angle. And whoa, there is the gorilla. And that guy is just completely oblivious to the fact that we are here. Holy cow, that was the easiest shot in the side ever. Now that means the gorilla is here, so there is a really good chance that the AMX will be moving in for the kill as well. The question is, from which direction do these guys want to engage? Oh, this is tense. Hopefully they will not come all together at once, because that might be disastrous. Look at how huge of a target the TOG is, you really can't hide it well. And if artillery manages to penetrate, that gorilla can one-shot us. But hey, we are in the TOG, so like a true gentleman, we should be awaiting them with a gift as soon as they poke the corner. Oh, there is the Achilles. And there is the gorilla as well. Both fire, the gorilla misses, but the Achilles manages to snap another shot in, bringing us down to perilously low health, and we miss again, and he doesn't. That Achilles is playing very well right now, which is kinda unfortunate for us. So we really have to get this next shot. Come on! Yes, he poked out just a little bit too far, however, he managed to land the third shot as well, and we are down to 23 HP. So right now both artillery can just splash us to death. This is very tense. The gorilla is definitely on the other side of those rocks, and the AMX is pretty sure that he's lurking around here somewhere as well, as no more shots have been fired for a long time now. The question is, which side will the gorilla choose to advance? Oh, it's so difficult to make up your mind in these kind of situations. Luckily the TOG's turret actually turns really decently, so even if we are looking in the wrong direction, we should be able to line up the shot really fast. Alright, left or right, left or right. Make your bets, everyone. Oh, where is he going to poke? Come on. Oh, there he is. He actually drove into the cap circle, giving away his intentions, squandering his chance to actually be able to snap one into us while we were looking into the other direction. He's still poking. Oh, bad decision, buddy. Oh no, it's the AMX. Oh, that was a close one. But TOG does not take any prisoners, and that is a 1 versus 6 in the battle hot dog. So, now would be the time to sing praises about the TOG, but I don't want to make also the video too long. Be as it may, congratulations to Nicolaso123 for a great Ace Tanker, Radley Walters, Kolobanov's High Caliber and Top Gun run in the TOG 2. We had to make a close to 2400 damage dent in the enemy team's health pool, taking out more than half of them single-handedly and bagging a very nifty 1290 base experience in the process. Not a bad carry from a tier 6. As for the details, we fired 26 shots in total, scoring 22 hits and 19 penetrations. At the same time, we managed to block only one single shot from the 10 hits received, but TOG does not care, we'll just take it on the chin. Right, so this was our epic round in the longest tank in the game, the legendary TOG 2. I hope you guys had at least as much fun watching it as I did, and if so, thanks a lot for considering giving this a like or sharing it. Next up we will have a funny moment special with another fan favorite, the box tank, already coming your way tomorrow, and then I have some dirty little tricks for you which can come quite handy during your random battles in World of Tanks. As for now, however, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in one of the next videos.